if somebody does declare that they have a disability, whatever place that might be in the recruitment journey, what do you do to assess the needs of that individual, or assess whether that disability is something where adjustments should be made? How do you make adjustments and test that you're making the right adjustments? Kate, what would you say you do there?
This is a very simple one to me because it's about impact. So if we continuously think that all we're trying to do is make sure that nobody is disadvantaged in a recruitment process, and that if they've got the skills for the job, we've got a process that allows that to shine, then we're talking about what is the impact of that disability, or what is the impact of that life circumstance, and how do we remove that impact in a reasonable way so that they can perform well through the assessment process. We don't need to know about cause. We don't need to know how long they've been like that. We don't need to know were you born like that. Those are the sort of things that are taboo areas because they're not relevant at all. The only thing that's relevant is there something that I need to adjust as a result of what you just shared with me? So if I share with you I'm partially sighted, then the next question is, thanks for sharing that, Kate. I want to make sure that the process is a really positive one for you. What would help you the most in terms of the process? And of course, the big thing we have to do there is explain the process really clearly, which allows the candidate to share with us back which bits of those process would need adjustment, if at all. So that's the way to do it, Kate, is to ask the questions. A candidate will typically know what works for them. And then the very big lesson is it's about need, not preference. So if you're the recruiter, you don't need to go and buy a huge amount of assistive technology for somebody to conduct a 15-minute interview. If, for example, they can't see, then you could have somebody reading for them as opposed to technology that reads it out on screen. So it's those sort of things I think are really important. Simpler the better when it comes to adjustments in recruitment.
And Pauline.
And I was just going to add, because, if you think about the recruitment process in an organisation, the recruiter does often, you'll do the first part of that process and then they move into the line management process. So thinking about how you also support the line manager whilst maintaining that level of confidentiality for the individual, I think is really critical. You don't need to make a big song and dance about it with the line manager. Oh, this candidate's got a disability and we've got to do all of these things. You just need to simply change the process or make those adjustments in the process and let the person know that these adjustments are being made. I think it's, there is that element of fear for line managers, for recruiters, in terms of needing to do something slightly different. And actually, it is simply making the process fairer. It is about making those equitable decisions that creates the process so that makes the process equal for all candidates. And I think the more that businesses take that approach and recognise that we're actually just levelling the playing field and designing for inclusion and designing for an inclusive environment for all of our candidates, the better it will be. So recognising what needs to happen once you've done your first bit and how you then support the line manager and ensure that continues through the process, because it can often get lost after the recruiter's done their part. In that first interview, and then it moves on to maybe one or two second or third interviews with line managers. It can often get lost and missed out in the process. So just remembering to ensure that it continues all the way through is really important.